Hi, everybody. Welcome into this episode of Chamber Chat Live. My name is Bill Vitiello. I am the Director of Institutional Relationships and Marketing for the Victory Bank in Limerick. Thank you so much. You saw on the screen there prior to me popping on were our stakeholder investors. Thank you all so much for contributing to the Chamber, wanting to get your name out there and to help support this broadcast. So no Eileen today. Again, she's doing very, presidential things. So no presidential or message from the president's desk, rather. But we are going to have her back shortly. She's been busy with networking events and annual dinners, and I don't know, there might have been a jury duty thrown in there maybe. So, like any member of the community, she's quite busy. So we're going to welcome her back one of these shows soon. But so my guest today, I would assume, I'm only assuming that most of you have heard about the next organization that I'm going to be speaking with. But if you haven't, this is going to be a great opportunity for you to get to know them a little bit better. So Haley, if you'd be kind enough to bring on our next guest, there she is. It is Leena Devlin from the Steel River Playhouse. Hi, Leena.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How's it going with you?
Good. Thank you so much for having me on today. I'm excited.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, thanks for signing up for this. We think it's a great member benefit that more people should take advantage of because it helps everybody get the word out about what's going on in Pottstown.
Yeah, absolutely. I was at a leadership breakfast this morning, and it is amazing how much stuff is going on in town. It's hard to keep up with, which is really exciting.
You're absolutely right. I feel like things are opening back up again. I'm sitting there looking at my calendar. I'm like, wow. I'm like, where do I have a free moment? So
yeah.
But it's all good. So Leena, first of all, introduce yourself, please.
Hi, I'm Leena Devlin, as you can see on the screen. I'm the artistic director at Steel River Playhouse. I have been there. I think we decided just a couple days ago, 15 years now, although I've only been the artistic director for about 5 or 6. I started off as a volunteer, as many people do in nonprofits like this, and worked my way up, and look where I am now. So,
and here you are. Yeah.
Beware when you volunteer at Steel River. A couple of years later, you could be running it.
So for those folks who are not familiar with Steel River Playhouse, what is, one could assume, but what is it?
It is a live performing arts and educational center right in the heart of Pottstown. It's on High Street, across from the old New York Plaza building. And it is a place where you can come to see a show, to be in a show, to take a class, to teach a class. It's an incredible organization that has, we hope, something for everyone. And if we don't, we want to hear from someone that it doesn't have something for, so we can create it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're right. And you have a beautiful facade out front there. It's a wonderful building. And I know inside is very nice as well. So if you haven't had the opportunity to see a show over at Steel River, please take that opportunity. So I would assume, again, you have opportunities for season passes and individual shows as well. Tell us a little bit about that.
As a matter of fact, we just announced our 22-23 season, because our seasons run like a school year. So right now you can get what's called an early bird subscription, which is a reduced rate. And that subscription entitles you to a ticket to each of our 6 main stage shows. I honestly don't remember the price, but it's on our website. And I know that it goes up as of June 30th. So once we get into the new fiscal year, look at that.
Haley is so good.
Once we get into the new fiscal year, it will cost a little bit more. So I would suggest getting it now. Why not? It's an incredible value both ways, but and we're really excited about this season for sure.
I know. So maybe you can talk about some of the shows that you're going to have this season. I did see on your website that one of them is called Sweat. Can you tell us a little bit about that one and then some of the other shows for this
Absolutely.
season?
So Sweat is actually in the current season, which is a little bit different what I was talking about for next season. But Sweat actually opens in just a couple weeks. As you can see there on the date, it opens April 22nd. This is a fantastic piece. It was written by the only woman to have won 2 Pulitzer Prizes for playwriting. She is a woman of color. Her name is Leena Devlin. I had the incredible opportunity to actually go to an event that she spoke at just this past Sunday. She's an amazing woman. The play actually takes place in Reading, Pennsylvania, which of course isn't too far away from here. And it has several themes, but it's really about what happens to people as the city that they live in changes. And by changes, there were, for many, many years, Reading and Pottstown as well, actually, was a thriving community because of the industry in it, the steel industry or any other lots of manufacturing industries. And so there's a promise that comes with that, right? I mean, as a family, many people in the family may work in that industry, and it sort of is how you get your well-being and how your family just grows. And as those industries go away, what happens to families, what happens to communities, and what happens to businesses? And it's a really incredible play that explores all those options. And I think it's things we can all relate to, for sure. I saw a production of it again just this past weekend up in Lancaster at the Fulton, and it was really amazing. And I'm super excited for our community to see it.
That sounds great. I also interesting because it has local ties, which you mentioned.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
when I was reading about that, I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Lynn Nottage, who wrote the play, spent a lot of time in Reading talking with people and really learning about the community in order to write the play.
Mm-hmm. Love
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. So what shows do you have upcoming for the new season then?
Okay, so the new season is, let's see, it starts like a school year. It starts in a school year. I'm sorry. So our next one will be in September. There you go. It starts with Little Shop of Horrors, which a lot of people probably know about. It's a really fun show about man-eating plants.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of uplifting.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a lot of fun. I'm sure most people know it. It's sort of like this cult classic now. And one of our Steel River favorites, Amanda Morrell, who people may know about, who's our media manager, is going to be playing the role of Audrey in it. We're super excited about that. And then for the holiday, which is the big Steel River show every year, Pottstown, Steel River, and Holiday just go together like peanut butter and jelly. We're going to be doing Wonderful Life, but we're doing the live radio play. So this will be really interesting. It's going to it takes place in the 1940s, and the stage will actually look like the inside of an old time radio studio. And everybody will be acting as though they are on a radio play. And it'll be really fun. There's going to be a lot of live Foley, which is sound effects that happen with other things, like maybe walking in the snow, we'll be crunching, paper or something into a microphone.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be doing that in front of the audience because they'll see how you create sound effects on a radio station.
That's very cool. I love that live
really,
kind
really
of
fun.
stuff.
Yeah, it should be really fun. We're excited about that.
You have some great. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm just going to talk about more plays, but
Go ahead.
The rest of the season is Falsettos, which is a lovely musical about blended families, and it takes place in our upstairs space. Steel Magnolias, which is a classic. Everyone loves that. Good old Weezer and Clary and the women of Chinkopin County, Louisiana. So we're excited about that. We're doing a small little play in our upstairs space called I and You, which is just two characters and is a really, really lovely little play. I hope people will come and see that. And then we're ending our season with Into the Woods, which is, Into the Woods. Everybody loves Into the Woods, mm-hmm. right? And our founding artistic director, Deb Snow, is coming back to direct that. And we are really excited to see her, for sure.
That's cool. You guys
California.
have... oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So we haven't seen her in a while. Yeah. It would be great to have her back.
Good to have her back from the left coast, I call it.
Yeah, for sure.
So, right.
Yep.
So you have a lot of great programming here.
Mm-hmm.
If people do not attend one of these shows, I know there's a few ways that they can be involved with the Playhouse. Can you discuss that a little bit? I know there's some volunteerism, there's some classes. You want to talk about that, please?
Sure. There's tons of ways to be involved. So in addition to coming and seeing shows, you can work on shows. We are a volunteer organization. You can audition for shows. You have the option to be in them if you want to. You can also work backstage. You can also usher. An usher is a great opportunity because when you usher at a show, you get to see the show for free. You can also house manage. You will also get the opportunity to see the show for free if you house manage. And the difference between those two roles is house managers. I sort of like to equate it to like if you're the host of the party, you're the one that welcomes everybody. And when they ask you, where the bathroom is, or they ask you how long the intermission is, that sort of thing, that's a great volunteer opportunity. There's backstage volunteer opportunities. If you've always wanted to see what it's like to work backstage, we can teach you how to run the lights. I mean, literally, there's so many things you can do. We also have classes year round. Amanda Morell, who I mentioned just a few moments ago, also teaches a drop-in sort of dance / aerobics class set to Broadway music. It's so fun. It's on Sunday mornings at 11. So you can just drop in and for $15 in cash or a check, take an hour-long aerobics class, and you're done. It's great. We also have other classes. We teach ukulele, we teach guitar, we have all kinds of private acting and voice and instrumental. Really, seriously, anything you want to do at Steel River, you can. For sure.
So I love that you're talking about more than just volunteering or being involved in the acting part of it, because there's a lot of people that enjoy theater, and they may, or enjoy shows and that type of atmosphere, but maybe acting necessarily isn't for them, but they still want to be around it. They
Right.
still enjoy all the company. They want to see the curtain fly open. They want to hear the applause.
Right.
That kind of thing. It gets them. So there's so many ways to be involved with you guys. I was blown away when I was looking at the website. Again, ways that you can be aligned with the Steel River Playhouse.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you want to get involved and you're just not even sure how, you can just write an email, to volunteer@steelriver.org. And Beth, our volunteer coordinator, will get that email and she'll get back to you and she'll just talk to you about what do you want to do? And we'll figure out a way to make it. Because I mean, the idea here is we're a community theater. We want people to come and join us and have fun and do what you want to do. Just, bring who you are and we'll have a good time.
Yeah. And we'll have Haley drop that email address in the show notes as well.
Sure.
I know she's doing a good job navigating through the site for us here. Talk to us a little bit about, I know right on your homepage there was the summer camps. Talk to us a little bit about the camps.
Camps are basically how Steel River got started. This is going to be our 16th consecutive year doing summer camps. And that includes 2020. We actually had a couple of little virtual summer camps in 2020. I think we had maybe 20 or so students participate, which was a lot smaller than our typical, 100, 120 each summer. We're back up to our regular summer camp this year. This year we're doing the Little Mermaid Junior and Music Man Junior. And we have 2 sessions of each depending on your age group. So if you are heading into 7th grade, you have the option to do Little Mermaid or Music Man. But if you're heading into 12th grade, you will also have the option to do both those shows, but with your age group. So it's essentially 4 different sessions. If you want to take one, that's great. And if you want to take 2 and spend all 4 weeks with us in July, you can do that too. And you can register online. We also have payment plans. If paying for it in one big chunk isn't comfortable, we can do that too. And keep in mind, we always have scholarships available. Nobody's ever turned away because of an inability to pay.
Oh, that's great to know. And that's very kind of you guys. I know you do operate as a 501c3. Am I correct?
We absolutely
right?
do. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Very good. So talk to us a little bit about one of the areas that I found interesting on your website also was community outreach. So give us an idea of what you're doing in the community. I know you wanted to talk about some alignment that you have there.
I wanted to talk about a project that we're working on with, it's actually several community organizations. It started with a grant from the Pottstown Health and Wellness Foundation. And we're also partnering with, with the YWCA and PTICC with Trauma Informed Care, and the school district. So what we've done is we created this project where we've commissioned the writing of a play, and the play is going to be about Pottstown. And the YW and PTICC helped us by interviewing 100 people in Pottstown around the issues of COVID and Black Lives Matter and what it was like to go through that in Pottstown. And then we have a playwright. Her name is Bree Knight, as a matter of fact, and she is viewing those interviews and is writing a play based on that. I have read the first 15 or 20 pages of the first draft so far, and it is really amazing. The 2 main characters so far are middle school students. because many of the interviewees were kids. And the plot is going to be around how Pottstown comes together through times of chaos, times of crisis, and how they get through that. And we're planning on doing the first reading during the I forget what the Y calls it. I'm sorry. The Week Against Violence in October.
Okay.
An outdoor festival that they do, and we're planning on doing the first reading. We are hoping to do a lot of readings in and around Pottstown, so that everybody can come see it, whether you're able to come to Steel River on High Street or not. We're going to take it to the parks and out on the street so people everywhere in town can see it. So that is the plan. We're really excited about it. So we're going to have a play written by a professional playwright about Pottstown.
So that's incredibly interesting, and especially from you said it was middle school? Right?
Well,
Or the kids?
two of the primary characters are middle school kids. There'll be characters of all ages in it, but yeah. Well,
I would be interested to hear those perspectives. We often say that the pandemic has really affected all of us a little bit differently, right? And especially across all, ages and ethnic backgrounds. So this would be pretty interesting. I'd be curious to see this.
Yeah, it should be really fascinating. The Y did an amazing job of the cross section of interviews that they did. They focused a lot on middle school and senior citizens. We were most interested in this sort of the young versus the old kind of perspective. I mean, we have people in between as well, but it's really interesting, those two perspectives. People who have lived in Pottstown all their lives, but all their lives, maybe 12 years or maybe 80 years. And it's sort of really interesting to see how that played out, for sure.
Yeah.
The
absolutely.
interviews were fascinating, and the play should be really, really great. I'm super excited that we're going to have a play that we wrote,
Yeah. I love it.
For and about Pottstown.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Leena, as a 501c3, let's just say, for instance, I maybe can't make it out to a show, or maybe I'm not comfortable being out in front of people, quite yet, with everything that's still going on. Is there a way that I could financially contribute to you folks
Absolutely.
to help with the mission?
Always welcome that, 100%. We have several different fundraising events through the year. You are always welcome just to go to our website on the upper left. I'm horrible with left and right. On our website.
Upper right.
The upper right. See?
Yeah.
It's, in my family, we call that a Leena left.
So you don't go anywhere without GPS, huh?
Yeah. Oh, no. And I can't have it always pointing north. It has to go the way I'm going, so that when the arrow goes this way, I go that way. Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah, same
anyway, in the upper right-hand corner of our website, there's a Donate Now button. Yep, you can see it. Oops. I don't know what's happening there. There you go. Donations. If you click on that donations button, it'll take you to a donations screen, and you can donate just that way. Absolutely. That's a fantastic way to donate. And thank you so much for bringing that up. We are a 501c3, and a good 35 to 40% of our needed revenue in order to continue to function comes from contributed revenue. So we sort of have, like, I call it the three-legged stool. We have ticket sales, we have tuition from education, and we have contributed revenue. And that's exactly how nonprofit theaters function. Because the idea of being a community theater is you want the community to be invested in what you're doing. So we continue to do work that the community is interested in, so that they will continue to invest in us.
Yeah, and even on that page too, you can make a donation. You can dedicate it to somebody or in honor of somebody as well.
Yeah.
So you can stay anonymous if you'd like. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Yeah.
So we have just a few more moments left. What else would you like the public to know about Steel River Playhouse, or if there's anything else you want to chat about?
Well, I think one of the things that would be really important to know is that if you haven't been, just come. Literally stop by. Most afternoons, there are people there. We're always happy to give tours if you're interested. If you arrive early, like if you're coming to a show and it starts at 8:00 and you get there at like 7:20, there's a staff member there. If you want to, see a tour or ask lots of questions, please do. I think the thing that we want everybody to understand is this is Pottstown's community theater. It belongs to all of you. And 501c3 means that we are entrusted with this theater for the community. It doesn't belong to us. We're just sort of the stewards at the moment. So it belongs to the community. And we want to make sure that everybody understands that and comes and visits and and feels like it's a place where they can be. And if you have ideas of things you'd like to see or things you'd like to do, please share them. We would love to be able to do that for anybody.
I love it. Leena, thank you so much for being on today.
Absolutely.
If folks want to connect with you, I know you have the volunteer email address, but if they wanted to connect, would that be the best email address for you guys, or is there another
Volunteer
point
is
of
great for
contact?
volunteerism. You can also just contact me. I'm Leena at steelriver.org. It's pretty
Okay.
cryptic.
Yeah, easy enough. Yeah.
Easy enough. Absolutely. Yep.
Well, Leena, thank you so much for joining today. Greatly appreciate it.
Oh,
And
thank
good luck
you.
with this season, and hope to see you out there.
I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much, Bill.
Sure thing. Folks, my guest today has been Leena Devlin from the Steel River Playhouse. And once again, my name is Bill Vitiello. I'm the Director of Institutional Relationships and Marketing for the Victory Bank in Limerick. And thank you once again to our stakeholder investors for your contribution to keep Chamber Chat going. So until we connect again, all my best. Bye for now.